I got a prop. It's not perfect. That's great. Okay, first of all, fire extinguisher safety. I think a lot of us have had this training before. This is an annual requirement. We're going to talk about the fire triangle, the fire extinguisher ratings, and what speed and pass is. So there's the triangle. These are the three things it takes to start a fire and to keep a fire going. If you remove one of these sides, the fire should extinguish. So these are the types of extinguishers you can get. You got a common wood, paper, cloth, stuff like that. You have flammable, gasoline, propane solvents, electrical, which is the C, combustible metals, D, and then cooking. So for this squadron, A, B, and C is what applies to our work centers and what we work on. And all the fire extinguishers we have should be A, B, C fire extinguishers. They should have all three of those capabilities at once. All right. Speed and pass. So if you see there's a fire, the first thing you should do is speed, sound, phone. In other words, you yell, fire, fire, fire. Call 911, evacuate the area, extinguish and then direct people to stay out of the area. The next part is pass. That's actually how you use a fire extinguisher. So this is going to be a high stress situation a lot of times. When something's on fire, you're going to forget, why is it not working, why is it not working? If you can just remember pass, if you remember that over the fact that you should just pull the pin and then aim and fire, good job. But so hit fire extinguisher, here's the pin. It's got the little red piece right here. Pull the pin out, aim, squeeze, and then sweep back and forth on the bottom, back and forth. Good? Anybody want to try it right now? No? We should do one of those one time. I know years ago, my colleague might remember, years ago we had a fire department actually create a fire for us, and we got to go out and practice doing it behind Building 49. That was pretty good. Good training. Okay, next slide. Does anybody have any real world experiences of putting out a fire that they'd like to talk about or share, and kind of the stresses that go into it, stuff they lessons they learned? Anyone? Nope. Great.
He's not kidding about the stress of it, and if you think that you may be prone to not dealing with that stress well, there's no shame in running. Let someone else do it, because you'll do it wrong, and you could spread the fire inadvertently if you're doing it wrong. Nothing wrong with running in that if you're not someone that handles stress well. Chuck the fire extinguisher to certain Dingman, he'll take care of it.
That's right. One of the things, remember?
One brief story that saved somebody's house. They had a fire extinguisher by the stove. And I know that a lot of people don't think about that, but if you have one there, it can save your house. They had a cooking fire, and they grabbed that fire extinguisher and put it out. And that was one of our prior commanders. So, something to think about.
One of the things that I'd like to ask all of you when you go back to your work centers and on your way to your work center is to look for where all the fire extinguishers are. Being building manager for this deployment, it's the first time I was building manager at this building. I realized there's probably about 2,000 fire extinguishers. At least that's what it seemed like when I was trying to go sign them all off, make sure I got them all. They're everywhere. It might be overkill the amount of fire extinguishers we have in this building. So make sure you get to your work center and look around, find your fire extinguisher close to where you work at, and be aware of where it's at. That'll really help when there isn't a stress and there's emergency and your adrenaline's rushed. It's over there in the corner. Where's the fire extinguisher at? So work on that. And if you have a fire and you don't know, well, is that wood burning? Is that fuel burning? I'm not sure. I'm not sure which fire extinguisher. Doesn't matter. If you have one in your hand, just use it. Okay?
Don't forget, we are also fuel.
All right. Next slide, please. Here's the AFIs. If you'd like to read more about fire extinguishers, you have more questions about fire prevention, you can get with me. Next. Any questions? Yes?
Don't throw water on grease fires either.
What happens?
It will spread it.
Great. So if you're cooking and you got grease going, you're frying some chicken, and it catches on fire, it's probably a really horrible idea to throw water on it to try to put it out. If it's a small, just in the pan, one of the best things you can do is put a lid on top of it. Because then you remove one of the sides of the triangle, the oxygen side, and hopefully that should extinguish it. And then go find your fire extinguisher in case it doesn't work. All right, that's it for me.
Okay, we're gonna go back to the shop, see, who's gonna be running the